Welcome back to the Pulse Network, and under the big straw hat, Bernie Pleskoff of rotowire.com and MLB.com joining us as he does every week. I'm Butch Stearns. We talk baseball here, and we do it in a different way with a scout's perspective. That's Bernie Pleskoff. He's been that his whole life. So, Bernie, in this segment, in Good Eye this week, I want to talk about Japanese players, and I want to talk about star players. And let's start, in particular, with Yu Darvish. He's the latest in a long line of Japanese potential stars that teams have to bid on. The bidding process is over, but he's a pitcher. Well, there was Ichiro before him. There was Hideki Arabu and Hideo Nomo and Daisuke Matsuzaka from the pitcher side. And being a pitcher, you know, Nomo and Daisuke were the two biggest names, but Darvish, and I spent some time in Japan, there's a cult following over there. Some people think he's going to be the Ichiro of pitchers when he finally gets to the major leagues. What do you know about this kid? What do you think about this kid and his major league potential?
I saw him in the World Baseball Classic, Butch, so I've seen him in person and I've watched him. I've clocked him. First of all, he breaks the mold for Japanese pitchers. He is nothing like the other guys that you talked about. He pitches like an American-born, raised, bred, trained pitcher. His arm action is different. His setup is different. His stuff is different. This guy is the real deal. He'll be the ace of the staff wherever he goes within 2 years. I think he adjusts tremendously to American baseball, and he's going to be extremely, extremely successful. Here's why. This is a guy with a full repertoire. He throws the fastball, the changeup, the curveball, the slider. He knows how to mix pitches. He's a savvy pitcher, not a thrower. You're not going to see the traditional trained motion from a Japanese pitcher out of Darvish. You're going to see much more an upright, strong arm, go right at you type guy. I think he's going to have tremendous success.
Bernie, I deeply respect your knowledge, but I'm having flashbacks and my head's going to explode because everything you said is what we heard 4 years ago about Daisuke Matsuzaka. The full rotation, different stuff, top of the rotation potential, the gyro ball, 217 innings he pitched in the Koshien tournament when he was over there. He hit fourth, for crying out loud, for his team. He still has that stuff, but here's why it hasn't been realized. Not injuries for Daisuke. He's maddening to watch. He takes forever to pitch. He seems more interested in throwing 8 pitches to a batter than being efficient. On top of that, there have been questions about training in the United States. He wants to pitch more innings, and they want to put him on a 6-man rotation at times. Why are you so confident that Yu Darvish will be different?
Because he's not Daisuke. He doesn't take that kind of time. He is much more in the tradition of an American pitcher. That's why I think he's going to be successful here. If he can learn to keep the ball down, and if he can adjust to pitching every 5th day as opposed to once a week. You know, in Japan, they have the Monday pitcher, the Tuesday pitcher. That's not going to happen here. He's going to pitch on the 5th day. He's going to get 4 days off, and then they're going to ask him to pitch again. But there's another huge difference, Butch. Look at their physicality. This is a big guy. This is a strong, big guy with a big, long arm. Daisuke was not as big as this. They are two totally different pitchers. And by the way, Daisuke is a pretty good pitcher, you know, the first couple of years here.
He's a number 3 starter by his actions, though, Bernie.
He's a number 3, wasn't an ace. This guy's an ace.